And so like you being an employee for several years and having this opportunity to come up to be a CEO, what were the biggest differences and challenges that you had to endure?
Better use of my time is really, I want to work on the business instead of in the
Exactly.
business.
Hey everyone, it's Tamara Thompson with Women Unlocking Wealth, and I'm here with my co-host Danielle.
Hey everybody.
We're super excited for our next guest. We are here with the CEO of Arizona Escrow Financial, Monica May-Dunn, and I'm super excited because she actually purchased the company or bought the company that she currently is a CEO about 5 years ago, right? Mm-hmm. But you were started with the company first, right? And that's like such a huge feat as like a woman in business. Like, I think that's one of, I don't know, it's always one of my goals, you know, to go out and buy more companies and do different things. Like, because acquisitions is something that I actually love. But at the same time, like you were actually with the company before and you had a certain scenario come up that opportunity came in a different kind of way. But could you share a little bit about that story with us?
Thank you for having me. In 1990, at the age of 22, I started as assistant to the controller, and then a year later became the controller, and then advanced throughout the years and stayed with the company. Was the CFO, VP, and then in 2020, our founder passed away. We had a succession plan in place. It's highly recommended that business owners have that. So we had really discussed for long term before that I would be the key person, having the knowledge of having the accounting and that background of running the company really for a while. Mm-hmm. And so it was really easy for me to say, yes, this is what I've been working for so many years. When I started with Arizona Escrow, I knew within the first year that this is where I needed to be, because I was young and I'd really not a lot of experience. But all the business transactions that we do and all the commercial real estate, every transaction's different. So I was able to meet so many different people from different walks of life. And it's really life-changing for a lot of the sellers, because now maybe they get to retire or they get to buy another business, or the buyers who have, you know, they're nervous and they're so excited about what they're going to be able to do with this business. So in 2020, when our founder passed away, unfortunately, during COVID, it wasn't COVID but I had to make that decision. And it was very scary at that time because everybody was shut down. Yeah. And I was like, oh boy. So I really thought long and hard about it and talked to my family, my husband, and said, do I do this? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's a big risk.
It is.
Yeah. We're dealing with lots of millions of dollars all the time, and it was a scary thing. My industry is very male dominated.
Yes.
At the C-suite level. And so really to be able to make an impact, that's what I was like, what am I going to do next to really stand out to all the other escrow and title companies in the Valley? So I'm really here I like to educate other women and I guess build their confidence to know that they can be leaders themselves. So I encourage other women to be entrepreneurs. And just
you said the main thing I saw there too, and you were like, you talked about impact. Yeah. I think that's one of the biggest things. Like you were stepping into the CEO role during a crazy time in the world with COVID, uncertainty, you know, markets up and down.
Yes.
And you took that risk though. I think a lot of women, like they think about, obviously you consulted with your family and other stuff, but that you had that support through that time. But you took that risk, right? And you're wanting to impact, you know, people around you too. And I think that's just a super incredible trait that women leaders need in the world.
It empowers you to be at that level, but then people, they take you seriously.
Yeah.
And it was like, just because it's a title,
Yeah.
I was like, I'm the same person. It's just,
It's funny you said seriously. So we created our first company. Our legal company name is Serious Take Productions.
Oh.
Because we wanted us to take our business seriously, and we wanted our clients to take us seriously.
yes.
And so, like, our encompassing other brand is Broadcast Your Authority, helping people broadcast their authority through content, video podcasting, YouTube, social media. But things evolve. But it's interesting how things like the words that we say that come into the flow that
Yes.
are what we express as human beings on that
Right.
side. So.
And I feel like what bringing everybody into as a leader, empowering all my staff and my team, and also recognizing that we're all human, and that's what makes, I think, our team right now. If I could explain, or talk about what our team is right now, we're just like we're family.
I
I mean
that. You got that
the culture.
That's beautiful.
We help each other. We have each other's backs. In our industry, that is not common.
Well, it stems from leadership, which you are the leader that you are.
Yes.
So you're allowing these people to feel comfortable, and they're being impacted by you as a leader too. And a lot of times, like you said, the industry is male dominated on that side. And, a lot of different shows that we've had, like women and men tend to think differently. Even a show that we had that earlier, the gal was talking about how like, the women even born, we have like larger frontal cortex.
Yeah.
Like we think differently. And, and a lot of people don't give women credit for that much. And we really just want to impact more women to do things and go out and lead and build successful businesses.
Yes.
And, one of the parts of this show that we like to talk about is just helping women, encourage them, because a lot of people don't have the mindset that they could even reach $1 million, which $1 million is really nothing at this
Correct.
point. Like it really is nothing. But to the most average individual out there, they think it's a lot. They want to win the lottery or they want to do this. But when you put the time, effort, leadership, and thought into doing something and impacting people, I think it's just, there's so many more opportunities for women to step in.
Absolutely. And it's not all, fancy,
Rainbows and butterflies and,
no,
and candy canes.
there are some, struggles that we all go through. And I've learned by some, mistakes that I've made, but that's how
you learn from adversity.
That's how I learn. I really like to give back to the community, and that's why I am involved in a lot of groups.
That's great.
Some women's groups as well as just community groups. And that's one of the things when I did buy the company that I wanted to be able to do.
Yeah.
Really culturally, it is about the team.
Yeah.
Because I was there for so long, I guess moving into that role, it didn't feel any different to me.
Do you feel like you're building other leaders within the company?
My goal, yes, is building other leaders. So I just recently hired someone to help me with accounting, because for a long time that's what I did for 30
You're like,
hard to
many
give it
hats.
up. Actually, that gets me to a point of like, so in the beginning working with her, like she amazing editor, amazing videographer, but it was so hard to pull her out of it. And then like, so
It wasn't that hard.
I mean,
I was like,
it took a few years to really train the team and get them to understand the core values and be as detail oriented as she was. Like you have to be in accounting. And so like you being an employee for several years and then having this opportunity to come up to be a CEO, what were the biggest differences and challenges that you had to endure?
Probably letting go, finally saying, better use of my time is really, I want to work on the business instead of in the
Exactly.
business. And I want to be able to do more things out there in the community to, I guess, bring awareness to what women in leadership, what they need from, being able to get financing. We really are making headway on getting, being taken seriously. That our businesses are successful. And just, I think one of the things that we as women, we don't give ourselves enough credit because we are juggling so many things. And there's a lot of women out there doing more than just family, work, and so practice, school things with their kids. And it's hard. And a lot of times, we don't get the recognition that we can balance, and we're a bit more organized.
Well, and you said something just a moment ago about like learning to let go, right? So that was one of the things that I had to learn. I was learning to let go, not just of tasks, but of things or thoughts or emails, right? Like anytime that I see something, instead of being a reactor or anything, it was like you see something, you take it in for a minute, you don't respond, let it go, and then move on, right? Like that was kind of like how I learned more like on the leadership part of it, because there's so much stress that can come in with being like a CEO and leadership side of it. But it was really interesting because I used to hold on to things when I was younger and dwell on things. And now, like, she knows me, like, she'll say something like, just let it go.
Yeah.
And like when you do step into that role, did you feel like that was one of the things, like once you kind of accepted that piece of it,
yes,
that all of a sudden, wow, I feel a sense of relief. And then all of a sudden it's like, just let that go, or like things will happen, things will work out. And then other things start to happen in your life too. And then it opens up more abundantly with that, even your time freedom with your family.
Yes.
It's like, just move on. Right. That's the way I thought about it. So
yes. And learn from those as well.
Yes.
And how we react to different situations really can determine how the outcome is. And I'm a very positive person. So,
me too.
I love that.
I love that.
I think that sometimes it maybe annoys people that I always look at the bright side. Mm-hmm. So when something happens at the office, or
somebody's got to have that positive effect. Because
I just say, you know what? Let's learn from this, and how can we do it better the next time?
I love that. That's amazing.
And
you don't point fingers.
No.
You could have did this better. That's the worst.
No.
I love that.
And I think educating the staff and training is really important. And so we're very, we work as a team doing that. All of us are really cross-trained. Mm-hmm. I just started our loan servicing department again, which is
congrats.
Thank you. So 5 of us learned because we all need to have the knowledge of the software, because we don't just want one person to know something, because that leads to issues.
What's something that you're excited about with the company growth right now? Is there anything going on that you're just like excited to share with the community or anything?
Probably the account servicing, which a lot of people don't. So we process payments for like seller carryback notes, because really majority of our business is business transaction, mergers and acquisition. Mm-hmm. So I think the one thing that with the loan servicing that people don't understand is it really takes the guesswork out of processing those payments. A lot of times people will handle those things on their own, but who wants to take care of the payments and keeping track of principal, interest, taxes, insurance? Yeah, let the professionals handle
exactly.
that.
People need you in their lives. That's for sure.
For a very small monthly fee of like, it's $19 a month.
It's so cheap.
That's incredible. I was like, sold. Let's go.
That's a Starbucks cup of coffee.
Yeah, there you go. I know, right?
Yeah,
no, seriously. You'd be like, you roll it through, you're like, you get like an egg bite and 2 coffees, like $17. You're like, I just got 1 egg bite.
And it's like a tall coffee now.
Yeah, it's like a tall for like
sorry, Starbucks.
Yeah. Okay, we'll take that for
I'm just kidding. Yeah, no, we understand on that side of it. But well, I love this, and I love the conversation. I love your positivity on that. I think the more women need that side of it, and it's good to hear from the perspective too of being able to grow, because you're the first individual on our show that has actually gone from the employee role, bought the company, and turned into the CEO. And I think it's important for women to have that thought out there too, because they don't always have to step in as entrepreneurs and think that they have to start something from scratch. And that's what I think it's important for this message today, is be like, if you have that experience and you're building with a company and something like this appears, what is that action? And you took that action to step into that role.
Well, and I think when I talk to people about it and I tell them my story, they're like, wow, it does, that's incredible. That does happen.
Yeah.
So really anybody out there working at a company, they can think about that.
Yeah.
It can happen, and it does happen.
It happened to our brother, actually. Yeah.
Yes. No one passed away.
No.
But Yeah, no. So my brother ended up working with this company for several years. He started as a software developer engineer, moved up to the second one, and then to manager, and then manager of sales for some reason or another, still doing development. And now the company was just sold, and the company didn't want anything other than they wanted the company, but they wanted him to run things. And then they turned around and said, "We're going to make you a co-founder."
That's amazing.
So, and it's like a
$69 million company currently annually.
That's incredible. So, but it really is key because
he worked his way
so long. So we learn everything about the business, which I knew everything about the business.
Yeah.
So it was,
and he does too, and that's what's unique about it. So he stepped in, had this, and he was really nervous actually because he thought possibly it could go two different ways. They could be like, he's too much of an asset, he makes too much of a high salary, he could be let go. Or they could see him as an asset, which gratefully they saw him as an asset. And then the next call was like, I'm a co-founder, and I was like, what? I was like, how's that happen?
It's very exciting.
But it's very exciting. So I'm super excited for him on that side too.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Well, we appreciate you coming on the show today.
Thank you for having me.
For those interested in learning more about what you guys do with your company, could you share with our audience a little bit more how they can connect with you?
So you can reach us at arizonaescrow.com. or at 602-956-2629. And my email is monica@arizonaescrow.com.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Monica, for joining us today. We truly appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.
And those of you that are watching, be sure to subscribe, ring that bell, leave us a comment, let us know how we're doing. Be sure to leave a review on Apple or Spotify, and we'll see you in the next episode.